just like, oh my god, I cannot do all this freaking SP calculating math in my head.
So yes.
I definitely didn't do anything in my head.
The fact that I ended up 6th still somehow though, that surprised me.
So yes, Kirby games. Those are a thing. We are probably live. Yes.
Yes. Can confirm.
Yep.
I am definitely going to need help looking at the screen because I'm doing this on emulator. Also, let me know if my mouse decides to find its way onto the window. I can't really do too much about that.
It's all good.
So yes, this is Kirby's Nightmare in Dreamland in the form that I was introduced to it. And the form that I, to this day, kind of prefer. And I need to turn that down. Hold up.
So you lied to us.
Where are my sounds? RetroArch, why do you have to be so loud? That's not right. Sorry, technical difficulties. I didn't plan this out in advance. I should have tested before I went live. And that should be an improvement. Let me know if the audio is still totally out of whack. So anyway, what does differ between this and your average playthrough of Kirby's Adventure is I'm playing this on RetroArch with V-blank time doubled, which to a layperson means, look, it's at 60 FPS and doesn't lag nearly as hard as this game normally would. But yeah, Kirby's Adventure. This is one of the first games I played in the series on Dream Collection. And I believe that is still one of my favorites and one of the ones I would recommend first to new players. What is y'all's experience with this game?
You wouldn't recommend Nightmare
Never
in Dreamland?
played. Only Kirby game I have played is Air Ride for GameCube, which I do kind of recommend because that game is actually really good.
So yeah, here's the difference between how it normally plays and how it plays now. If you've played the game for real, you know what that's supposed to look like. About half that speed. Also this. Look at the speed of that fire breath. But yeah, this is... I figured, like, something interesting that people are not used to seeing. This game running at a good frame rate. Wow.
Also, I think the game audio is I think the game audio is just slightly delayed by like a quarter to half.
Oh, frickin' right. I always forget to do this when I'm streaming stuff on my PC. This should be... So yeah, apparently one side effect of the double speed is actually that UFO decided to clear right off the course. Alright, that's a problem. Hopefully that doesn't happen too much. Yeah, I don't know. If that becomes too much of a problem, I didn't notice that when test playing through the first couple of worlds. Maybe we'll go back to playing it the proper way. But yeah, as being one of the first Kirby games, you'll note there's no hats or any of the stuff that would become, like, kind of standard for the series for differentiating the copy abilities. Kirby just turns a slightly different shade of pink when he's got one. And you can see the name and everything down in the corner.
I miss my GBA different color Kirby's.
Amazing Mirror did that better anyway. You choose the color.
I agree. Oh, this thing. The Crane Fever. I remember trying this out with the, what was it, the little Brawl Masterpieces?
Oh yeah. I guess you would have had time to beat the first stage and do this.
Yeah, getting the tiny Kirby is just a pain.
It's not worth it, because it's worth a 1-up as opposed to a 2-up. If memory serves. It's like kind of the opposite of how a real Crane game works. Or I would figure larger things would be easier to grab.
Nice.
Kirby keeps sort of ticking his head outside that window there. Curious if I can get the health thing to work. Kind of touchy. Oh. You know what? The game may be running too well for that. If you, like, overload the game and put, like, a ton of sprites on here at once, the game doesn't know what to do and unloads the warp star there.
Ah.
Doesn't seem like it wants to do that. But yeah, if it unloads the warp star, you can keep going past here, and there'll be, like, blocks in the shape of the word HAL. The original HAL room, which they wouldn't bring that back until Superstar Ultra, I believe. Oh, wow. That toss. Some of these mini-bosses are no joke. Wow. Give me a bomb and don't spike it directly into my face this time. Yeah, bomb's not a thing in this game. All we have is crash. I should have
That's fine.
said, like, premature, like, epilepsy warning or whatnot, but, there's definitely quite a bright flashing light effect compared to what later games would have. I'm gonna need Spark for that. Yeah, I really think this is like one of the best looking games on the NES. Like, just the sheer amount of color on the screen at any given time. Look how complicated all these backgrounds are. Oh, there's a secret room in here, isn't there? Did I already miss it? I don't think it's here. Maybe it's one of these?
I think you
Oh
might
yeah,
be
there
thinking
it
of a
is.
later one.
One of those little blue spots. I think they made a lot of those more obvious in Nightmare in Dreamland.
I see.
Yeah, we'll get a 1 eventually. The real strat is to go for 7 up to 1 on consecutive levels, but I've never been able to pull that off except in NES Remix, where it kind of forces you to try it.
I remember when Slim Kirby played through that. That was entertaining to watch.
I need to play that sometime on stream. It's a short game, but, like, it's kind of fun, the different ways they, like, introduce you to the games and remix them.
He's also played NES Remix too on this channel.
Yeah, 2 specifically, I guess, because that's the one that has all the good games and has replays. This isn't a thing, is it? No. Seems like there should be something under there. Can we get a mix here? Probably, but not if I stutter step around that whole area. Try this again. Up. That shouldn't have worked. Oh, this background kind of looks like a GBA missing a button. The D-pad and the, I'm just not lining this up here at all. Skip it. Fireball it is. For the one game it was called Fireball, before they renamed it to Burning for some reason. Yeah, watch out for the knockback.
Kirby's burning.
Underwater you can't use most of your powers, only the ones that give you an actual weapon to swing around. Well, apparently sloped ground doesn't give you the knockback effect. Kirby's an easy game, guys.
We believe it.
Oh. Of course there'd be a Maxim Tomato right here, too. Sorry, Maxim Tomato. It spews wise words of wisdom.
Close.
Early to bed, early to rise. I love how you can kill the enemies here by walking into them and not take damage. Like, why is that even a thing? Why not just, like, have them be inhalable and nothing else? It's one of the few abilities that gives Kirby a different sleight of attack. I don't know if it functionally works too differently. Maybe you can attack bosses with it?
I think so. Then again, I really don't know, considering this is a Kirby adventure. All my mechanic knowledge comes from, well, only my experiences from the GBA remake.
Well, that guy kind of went down embarrassingly fast. Sword is
It's not hard anyway.
Sword is nice if things keep their distance and don't move erratically like Bugsy or something. Well, I was asking for that. This is the one that first gives you the invincibility candy.
Oh.
Yeah, rip these guys, by the way, Togezo.
Oh.
They've just
They
become needless in I think Nightmare on Dreamland first. In fact, this may be the only game with Togezos in it. Which is
they made an appearance in Canvas Curse.
No, Needlesses were in, or were they both? Needlesses were in Canvas Curse.
Yeah.
Like I was still face planted on that guy even while invincible. Getting there. A frame away from perfection, probably. We'll see what these are later. These are basically just a way to speed up warping between the worlds. Oh, right, I have that. Now let's actually see this guy attack some.
Cool, you let him hit you.
Rather than stand right next to him and hit him 6 times before he has a chance to do anything.
Yes.
That was a loud ding. Someone's got a phone.
Hit me right when I pressed the push to talk button.
Ha. So this was actually the first game in the Kirby series. Once again, this is a thing that wasn't picked up until much later, but it was the first one to use, like, theme naming to the worlds. Each of the worlds has its first letter, like, be a letter from the color of the rainbow. So it, like, spells out the rainbow in reverse. We have V, Vegetable Valley, Violet. Here we have Indigo for Ice Cream Island. And they actually do, like, theme the worlds with those colors to some degree as well. Show that once we get the Warp Star stations. Memory serves, they didn't pick that up again until Canvas Curse. Which, the names just spell out rainbow, I think. One of these times, gonna have to cause a mix. These are just not quite close enough to do it. Very early. Wow. Okay, maybe I'm just late in general then, if that was still a 2.
got yourself Tornado. Remember we had our little small discussion regarding Tornado and Amazing Mirror.
Yeah. Not really sure what the idea behind it was. Ah. Maybe that was enough? Nope, not quite enough for a 1-up.
I've not seen that minigame at all. That's interesting.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a delay between when you, like, release the button and when he, like, closes his mouth. What? Wow, he still had a heck of a lot of momentum there. I wasn't holding anything when I hit the ground. He just walked straight into Waddle Dee. Here we get the early preview of Yogurt Yard, which is possibly... I don't know. There's so many good themes in this game. I can't pick a favorite. I don't think these are close enough to get a mix from. Yeah, we'll try something other than sword. These mini-bosses go pretty fast to anything. Wow! I thought I was gonna take one more hit there, but no. He just went right down. Yeah, this is before Wheel could jump as well. It can skate across little gaps like that. Also, apparently you're not invincible when you're turning around.
Yeah. Man, that warp star goes really quickly.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'm not getting that one back. Now we have to huff our way up these hills individually. No doubt I'm missing a lot of things here. Oh, come on! I'm going for maximum score! Never mind that you can just, like, farm enemies to do that. Oh, we'll get those lives later.
You're not short on any right now, so I think you're doing just fine.
Oh man, this level, I never remember how to easily hit that block. Oh, well, the prop. Hold on, we're gonna try that again. I wasn't trying to take out that bottom left block. Oh, I can't go back. Well, I don't know if it's worth killing myself over when I've got 5 lives then, but I think if you stand on that last block, you can get enough height to break this. I don't remember what's behind it though. Yeah, you just can't go back, and I can't exit the stage either. Well, it's early in the stage. I'll show it off if I can manage after I beat it, because you get the ability to start select out after that.
Yeah, you can show that off.
Probably just leads you to that 1-up. Here starts the trend of Bronto Burts just kind of like slightly showing up in the corner of the room and then just like homing in on you. Oh no, this is how you get to the 1-up, so I don't even know what the other way is. I think this way is death, so let's not go there. Maybe there's something here in this corner? No? Nothing? Cool. I mean, I just got a 1-up, so I don't know what I expected. Yeah, one kind of awkward thing about this game compared to the remake as well, and a lot of the early Kirby games share this kind of weird oddity. You have to float in midair, you have to jump and then hit the up button to float. You cannot do that with jumps. Superstar was the first one to not do that, I believe. Or at least not mandated.
That just sounds so weird.
Miyamoto did it right, man. To think we could have had a Super Mario Brothers where you had to hit up to jump.
Ah, nice taking care of Meta Knight's forces. I thought they had you.
Ah, the fish had me, and now I don't need the pep brew. So it's just gonna sit there. Wow, I could have just gone to the end. That was very, very, very late, because I wasn't paying any attention at all. Alright, let's try this again. See what's in that room. This far enough away to not break that? Yes. There we go. And in here is another UFO dive bombing into me. Okay, hold on. We're gonna restart this. I may not respawn. I don't think I've ever been in that room. Like, because I always forget to leave that block there.
Not like a UFO is needed in freaking level 2 of all things.
Oh yeah, and you can't even take it out. So this is just to try to show it off. I mean, you get to see it later in the game. Oh, well, not what I meant to do. Cool, I think I can get that guy to respawn. And if I can't, oh well. Okay, yeah, there he is. Almost broke the block. Okay.
Ooh.
Yep, it's gone. I think next time I enter a room I've never been in before, I'm just gonna hold down the B button going in.
Sounds like a plan.
Try to get the small Kirbys and see if they're any harder to grab. And here's where I'd use the emulator speed up button if... I don't know, man, the music's nice. I think there are harder versions of this game, either later on, or if you play extra mode. Like, you have to be a lot more precise to grab them, or they'll just slip out. Yeah, but on this difficulty, that's by far the easiest game to get lives in. It's like a virtually guaranteed 4.
Pretty nice too.
I feel like this is not the right music for this stage, but whatever. If the game insists. The free life out of nowhere, that's nice, I guess. Interestingly, you see we have score that does like absolutely nothing. These early Kirby games, and in fact I think any Kirby game that keeps your score, if you continue after a game over, it cuts it in half as a penalty. Like, why that's a thing, I don't know. But that was kept through all the Smash games, too. So it's interesting that that's just always been a thing in Hell games, it seems.
Something that just doesn't matter, that we can just challenge people on. Yay!
I distinctly remember dying enough times in very hard All-Star in Melee that I was getting into like triple-digit scores, as opposed to like tens of thousands. Those 3-on-1 fights in very hard mode, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, even before Kirby has different sounds from the mic. In this game, he does pull out 3 different kinds of mics. Like how I didn't even have to hit a button. The game just demonstrated how to use it the second I picked it up.
Some of my favorite things about getting a laser.
What, just the initial laser it fires off?
Yeah, if you just so happen to be on close to a slope and it just ricochets.
I guess I do need this. Yeah, laser is not the best power if you have things like quickly approaching you from the front. But so long as everything is moving nice and slowly, it's a pretty fun ability. That felt good. There we go. Only barely made it up, but
It works, we take those.
memory serves, having laser is advantageous going into this, which they do just sort of give it to you. Even if you don't have it at the end of that fight. Oh, I guess we'll show off this first, though.
The battle arena.
Yeah, these are nice because not only do you get, like, the power like you would from a museum, but you also get a free heal. Yeah, he also has a rushing attack. We're just gonna ignore the fact that there might be something laser-worthy at the beginning of this level. Because, I mean, Freeze has a different color Kirby. So it's gotta be more interesting, at least.
It's more visually appealing.
Wow. That umbrella had it out for me! Sorry, parasol. I feel like there has to be something hidden under one of these roots. Wow. My B button press did not want to take there for some reason. Oh, well there is something past the end of the screen, so that's something at least.
Yeah, your pet brew.
Which I didn't need until just now. Oh, I gotta be able to mix there. There's 3 enemies in there. I could even lure that guy over if I wanted. Wow, 3 shots. There we are. Easy. High jump. Cool. Not quite the ideal place for that. Yeah, this game, and I think most Kirby games that have a mix in them, up till, like, Return to Dreamland. I don't know, maybe it's just Adventure in the GBA games, actually. If you don't hit anything after a mix and just let it run out itself, you'll always get the same thing, based on whatever it was you started with.
Yep.
I do want Wheel, because Wheel is fast. And Wheel is intended for you to have. High jump, not so much.
Don't lose the life.
Nice! I used Wheel, it kicked me backwards.
Wow.
It's not like there was anything to gain from there anyway. Once again, I like dying directly before I get healing items. Oh, and now I am supposed to have high jump. I'll take it, I guess. Subtle background door. Okay, fine. Be that way.
Not today.
Oh. Dang it. This is where the floating thing gets a little annoying. Oh, I could have gone for a mix here, too. Actually, I'm curious. What do 2 fireballs make? I don't know. That first guy might decide to go off the wall before he gets over there. Oh, and the second. I was gonna try to fireball from behind. See if he'd go through me. Anyway, we've had enough. I guess I'm not gonna keep that because it's too impossible to know where I'm gonna end up. It's kind of the problem with Fireball, and something I imagine one has to learn when one's speedrunning these games.
Unless you got your own high jump back for a high jump area.
Ah, not yet. Soon.
Ah. I got you.
Not what we meant to do. Alrighty. Wow. That momentum. Oh, high jump would have been... Actually, no. High jump's horrible against this boss.
Yeah, I agree.
Laser's probably better. I don't know. Laser does so little damage, though. It's probably just better to stick with whatever he gives me.
So little damage so you can show him off and show off his attacks.
Eh.
Loosely used.
There are a lot of them. Yeah, so here we have this. And yeah, here's the color theming in full force. We have an indigo level 2, going back to a violet-ish level 1. They do all, in fact, share the color with their respective name letter.
It's a little bit more on the magenta side, but sure. We'll call it violet. wasn't until Canvas Curse that I learned this one's a paint roller. Because names.
Boy, I really need to be proactive. Oh, does that give me crash? Well, I guess we'll never know. How did I not take damage there? Okay. I'm being way too greedy with my laser shots. Let's do this legit. Dang it, man. He always goes like right where I want him not to. Oh, this gives me a power if memory serves. A power that I can never remember how to use.
Not the ball. I thought the car was gonna give you wheel, but that might only be my
maybe
memory.
Yeah, we'll figure out ball when it comes time to, but it's kind of bad in this game unless you really know how it works. I assume this gives you parasol. It'd be kind of silly if it didn't.
It's kind of bad in Nightmare and Dreamland.
It has
even when you know how it works.
It has a different effect in that game. Like, you're invincible at, like, the opposite of the times when you are in this game. What is that? Oh, that is Mike. It's like, is that just a hat? Still got 2 uses of this left. I think that was all the different attacks he can do. Now it wouldn't surprise me if he gives you Crash, if he gives you Mike as well. All these little animations. It's a shame they kind of phase those out after, I guess, Dreamland 3. I mean, 64 had the post-chapter cutscenes, which are kind of the same. Whoops, forgot I had that. Go for a mix here. Just doesn't want to spawn enough things on the screen at once. Fine, we'll just take sword. Oh, nope, that one did stay on screen. It's like, gotta swipe this from a fair distance so I don't immediately have a stone fall on my head. I know there's a glitch you can get like infinite or near infinite copies of Mike to use, and I don't remember what causes that. What you can do to get it.
I don't even know about this glitch, so... Huh.
So yeah, here we have a new mechanic. Each of these...
The switches.
Not each, but like about half the levels from this point on in the game have switches that unlock different parts of the map that are optional. No extra levels, but you know, extra minigames, boss arenas, etc.
Gotta go for the 100% completionists.
Ah. Sheesh! Why did I even go in here? Actually, you gotta appreciate the crowd animation and just like the detail in that background in general. So many enemies on the screen, man. Oh, I should have kept wheel. Yeah, look at this 3D effect.
Should have kept the wheel and then accidentally rode off.
Yep. Yeah, I don't remember what they did with these in Nightmare and Dreamland, but it wasn't nearly as impressive. Oh, this looks dangerous. You can't even get the powers because they just like fall off the bottom of the screen.
Don't worry, they wouldn't be too mean. Oh, I say that and you almost get hit in the head with this.
Nice.
Rocky. Nice.
I like how the game decides that the bass line is the least important part of the tune and just drops it out in favor of this sound. Yeah, no, I don't need wheel again. At least it lets you leave.
Yeah, that's a plus for that one. Found annoying fighting that guy.
Always fun when the level geometry just like lends itself to stars bouncing as fast as possible away from you into a pit of spikes. Wow, you can't break these when you're on an incline.
Seems a little like an oversight.
Oh yeah, this is a different ability than freeze. See the difference?
Ice. Which is just opposite fire.
Yeah, there's no ground under either of these. You gotta really commit, but then not commit too hard to getting each of those. This is well, I don't know. There's plenty of annoying mini-bosses in this game. This is one of them. He's got a lot of cool attacks, though. He's got that, he's got the rush, and he's got this, which is the only thing that can actually give you stuff to attack with if you don't already have a power. If I could land, like, one more hit on him, then I'd be okay with spitting out the ice instead. There we are. Oh. I would have thought he'd take one more. Oh yeah, backdrop and throw are two different things in this game. Which kind of both became integrated into suplex and such in later games.
Yeah.
Then Whip decided to put its own spin on all of that and return to Dreamland in favor of having either. I like these little statues of Brontoberts. I say statues, I'm pretty sure that they're supposed to attack, or at least one of them is.
Yeah.
They're doing a good job, like, just kind of keeping up the facade, though. This is where a lot of... Oh, now they're all gonna go. This is where a lot of Kirby's throws and smash come from.
AFK for a little bit, what have I missed?
About half the game. No. You've missed that this isn't in fact Nightmare in Dreamland. But it's close enough as far as I'm concerned.
He was there for that.
Well,
revelation.
Alrighty, game. Sure, spawn a Waddle Dee. Wow, we made no progress. It's cool. We have plenty of lives and plenty of life, so that won't happen again. Fine, I guess we won't take high jump. Nah, I'm gonna go get it again. Next time, I swear. There we are. We'll pretend I did that the first time.
Whoa, okay.
Whoa, it came back! It's actually 3D! Oh, can't go back. Great. Cool. There are other powers. We have like kind of a parallel worlds type scenario. We have like a front and a back part to all of this.
Pick your poison.
Flip side, flop side, whatever you want to call it. I think there's a switch in here as well. Maybe not. Maybe this is just how you get out.
I don't recall the switch, but
I didn't see any extra pairs of doors that I couldn't have gone in. I'm surprised we haven't seen the third minigame yet. Surely it's coming up soon. Oh. Nope, that's, museum. High jump. You'd think in the tower world this would be of more use than it actually is. I don't think this upper platform is good for anything in particular.
decoration.
This one also has nothing, as far as I'm aware. Ugh, high jump is not a good thing to have for this fight.
Yeah, I'd say the most effective one for Meta Knight's forces is just straight up inhale, spit out.
Yeah, they have a surprising amount of HP.
The only good news is Trident Knight's not in this one, so.
Wow, that guy just exploded. I didn't even know he could do that. I didn't even hit him. It's interesting how a lot of these levels just don't... I don't know. It seems like they just sort of naturally flow one into the other. There's not really solid endpoints to a lot of them. I feel like
flying through these.
Later in the game, the levels get a little bit longer.
Ah, quick draw.
Yeah. I'm closing my eyes and doing this by sound alone. That was very late. Man, the fifth one is like impossible to win by reaction. I was literally about to press the button, just guessing, but I was just slightly too late. Yeah, you can't hit that in 11 frames. Never have been handed such an easy mix. Also, hey, hammer. Slightly supposed to, before we're supposed to know that exists. Because I think this is actually the level.
Hammer time.
Door, please. Yeah, this is.
Good.
This is the normal enemy that gives you the freeze, not ice ability.
Chili.
I forget that I don't have the running hammer attack that I do in other games.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Playing Amazing Mirror, then Nightmare in Dreamland was a learning curve, excuse me.
Or unlearning, as the case may be.
Basically.
See, Bonkers is another one of those bosses that it's just easier to just fight normally. Because he's got a couple different attacks that can give you stars, and they're all very predictable. Because you have to get really up close and personal to hit him with the hammer.
Now I can pound those stakes. If you have stone, you can do that too.
I just didn't hit the button that time. Didn't register that was the gold door.
Ah.
That's cool. I'm setting up for the 7-1. I'm not even gonna be able to hit the 6. Yeah.
This one might have a switch.
Without the wow, again I just took no damage. I guess that's just invincibility from getting a copy ability. Yeah, laser is good for this room.
Yeah, these bombers trying to get you.
Not so much for this cannon. Oh, guess I'm keeping laser. Don't think this is anything. It's probably just a corner. No doubt there are plenty of secret rooms I'm just not aware of in this game. Oh, kind of wanted fireball. Not sure what this is supposed to look like. Look at the speed of that rotation. So look at me banging against nothing.
This is the force field. All games have it.
It's reasonably effective at climbing this, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can try for better luck at the egg game there. This looks like another mix potential here. No! Rocky! Other way! No! Okay, fine. Oh, I don't think I've actually shown off stone, come to think of it. I mean, it is what you expect.
No, you showed off a stone against Mr. TikTok the first
Oh
fight.
yeah, that's true. I did. Okay, we're just gonna try to... There we are. That was me hitting it, because I think I've already shown what I got from it. Wow, this spawned just like instantly, the second I go off the screen.
Denied.
Right, I did show that it was UFO. I have the memory. I have the memory of like nothing. Sheesh, let's just get out of the screen already. The trick is to get a light mix. Why did I do that? Oh.
Oof.
I don't know why that didn't count as an attack. Whatever. This is super fast in the dark waddle dees. Yeah, light.
Super fast because they're scared. It's dark.
Just a one-time ability that lights up the room. Doesn't even do any damage. And in this particular case, I don't think there's any point for it. Except for mixes, obviously. Oh, which I would have gotten if I hadn't so botched that there.
There's that later level where there's a hidden door, if I recall.
Yeah. Parasol. Well, it's better than light. 'Cause the second I step out of this room, it's gonna be pointless. Fine, parasol it is. I mean, parasol's not bad for vertical areas. You can just ram into things from the bottom if you can actually line up your direction correctly. Yeah, way higher than 6. Getting those lower numbers is as hard as hitting the 1. 6, you almost have to hit it at the last possible second. Like, get it on the way up. Dang it. Even less that time. Probably have to get like 24 or 25 to get the bonus of a 1-up or higher. Oops. Nothing of interest in there. This is one of the cooler bosses in this game.
Ah. Mr. Shine, Mr. Bright.
Yeah. And they each give you their ability. In this guy's case, Fireball. In the other's, Cutter. Or Fire, my bad. Fire is horrible. Why would I want Fire for this? I guess Fire's not too bad. I would prefer Cutter, though. This is weird, because he attacks like it's Fireball.
Right?
cool thing about cutter is you can just fire off backwards. Get some free hits. Or put more space in between them. You have to put a lot more space in between them. They have some long iframes. Like how the sun just moves in the sky to catch up with you. One of the most brutal deaths in any Kirby game.
Please.
Just a mini supernova. Oops, forgot I had that once again. I kind of just assume I start each new world with no power-up, I guess. I think it's a rule that all Sky worlds must have music in 3/4. Why this is, I'm not sure. But I mean, it works. I'm gonna get rid of this because I think once again they kind of take the baseline away if you're using UFO. There's ball if you want to show it off proper, which I don't. It'll get its time. This is certainly not the room. Like, I'm probably doing it a grave disservice. It's probably amazing. I know it's used for speedrunning. At least, I've seen it in the Nightmare in Dreamland speedrun before. Whap! That was smooth. Okay, fine, ball.
Ooh.
You have your time now. Not when I'm, like, over a pit, though.
Yeah, that's not an idea to go for.
No, maybe you've had your time. I mean, sleep is definitely not better, though, so I'll give it that it's better than that.
What? You need your nap. Kirby has to not stay awake for hours now.
There's absolutely not anything in that weird cluster of 5 blocks. Definitely no hidden secrets there.
I forget, in this game and also Nightmare Dream, you could just attack it with one of your abilities and it'll count as you hitting the switch.
At the rate I'm going, I think I may just go ahead and stream through the whole main mode of this game today. It's kind of short, honestly.
I mean, it's the first Kirby game. What do you expect?
It's the second, but nobody talks about Dream Team. Dreamland. Dream Team either. For entirely different reasons. Dreamland is just the opposite, in that it's just got, like, no gameplay at all and is ultra short. It is also, like, one of the hardest Kirby games if you play its extra mode. Also, I'm just throwing lives away by...
Yeah, you did just do that.
Well, I was holding down A when I started the game, and I accidentally, like, let it go immediately.
Ah.
And I almost did it a second time there.
We're talking about how short this game is. With the whole Meta Nightmare, you could just do the same thing and try to 100% it and still clear it in under an hour.
Was there an explicit time limit goal for it, or...?
There's not really like a time limit goal for clearing Meta and Night, but I mean, it takes track of your time.
Yeah, I don't know why speedrun extra modes were just kind of the go-to way of doing it for so much of Kirbydom. I mean, most Kirby games have a mode like that for some reason. What is the point of this room? Is there even anything here? Doesn't look particularly secret-y.
I've seen a checklist speedrun of Kirby Air Ride City Trial.
Oh yeah, checklist speedruns are super fun. I think the record's like a little over an hour, at least last I saw, and that was years ago. Maybe it's sub-hour by now.
I'll probably check it out after this stream's over.
I assume this is the secret way out. Okay. Yes. Room with the Maxim tomato. I like the silhouette look here. It's very bright outside and dark inside.
Didn't really do much of that one opening though. Or just, oh, just pretend this is all covered by cloud.
Yeah, that worked about as well as I would have expected. And yet I could jump through just fine.
I thought that was the intention, to just jump. Ah, Double Poppy Bros Senior.
I mean, living up to the name. Oh, I'm surprised he didn't just die in one hit to that.
I am too, honestly.
They always had like some of the lowest HP of any of the mini bosses. And it's Crash. I mean, come on. What am I at? 2 times have I hit the 1? Maybe 3?
I've counted it only twice. Which means I could have also miscounted a 3rd. But you also still have Crash, so don't forget about that.
Yeah, I know. We're gonna try our luck with this again. What about it the other day? I got straight 14s on the first 4 levels. Like, I've gotten a lot of 13s today for some reason. It's not fast enough for DDD though. Nah. Little too late again. At least you get 1 life out of getting 4 out of 5. It's probably a 3-up if you get all 5. Yeah, that's the 1-star difficulty. Can't imagine what 3 stars like. Just the second opponent, this DDD. Whoops. I forgot I had Crash. Look, that was 10 seconds ago. I don't suppose you can angle fire in this game. Nah, doesn't look like it.
Nah.
That's very much an Amazing Mare thing, which is why I didn't know about it. I would have figured that was a thing they added in Return to Dreamland.
Yeah, that too. And they also had that in Superstar. Or if they didn't have it in Superstar, then Superstar Ultra.
I don't think they had it in either of those. I could be mistaken. I haven't used fire a ton in those games for things other than dashing. Yeah, there's so much going on in this room. It's just so tall. And I really don't think there's too much to see. There's like an alternate exit at the end, and that's it. And I can never remember which is which. I think that's the... Oh, gosh, it's such a long room. Surely that's the secret exit, right? I mean, the answer is I don't think there are any switches in this level anyway, so whatever it is optional. I always gotta hate rooms that are ambiguous as to... Okay, yes, this is the secret. Look. Secrets! Can I even break these? I can't, but but I don't need to. And maybe again with a hammer, for all I know. Just refuse to jump there for some reason. Where's the exit? Okay, there we are. Oh, nope, that's a switch. So I guess I was wrong.
I think I remember when Slim Kirby got to this stage one time. Yeah, I think it was playing on one of the Wii versions.
Kirby, that's not how.
I'm not sure.
That is not how gravity works, or
Anyway.
airflow works. So what about Slim Kirby?
Slim Kirby.
Yeah.
I remember when he was playing through his stage, or when it was LD of this. I forget which version he was playing, but I think it was playing the Wii version or it was Wii U. I'm not sure. Either way, he got to this stage, and I think I remember distinctly that his controller's batteries died.
Ooh.
Whoop.
So yeah, that was pretty bad.
Gonna try to use the iframes to not get hit by the fourth guy. Let's see what we unlocked here. Well, we got sleep and ball. This is officially the most pointless ability room.
Yeah, in a way, it, you know, kind of pushed me to try ball and see if I could master ball.
Master ball. Indeed. And I like how suplex in Superstar and onward, you just kind of rush forward if you hit the attack button.
Ah, yeah. Don't just go for back suplexes now. Go for those jumping suplexes.
I think that's the entire moveset you've just seen. Oh hey, grapes. In Grape Garden. Yeah, don't do that. That's a good way to get an explosion in the face. This definitely looks like a room that should have a secret in it someplace.
Yeah, just go to one of those grapes.
One of them. This room I distinctly remember. This must be yet another room that has a ridiculous amount of lag. I think it just gets you a 1-up though.
Yeah.
That felt so smooth.
Yeah. Hit it really close too.
This guy. So, F, like, respects for this guy. Like, that sort of F, not the other F. Because he, like, never appears after this. Not even in Nightmare in Dreamland. They replaced him.
Sorry, Rolling Turtle. But people like elephants now.
I know, right? Alright, throw. That is a different thing, as I've said.
Is it the superior one? The answer is yes.
Certainly is in it's certainly effective in Amazing Mirror against Molly.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have throw directions other than up. Yeah, I think I can angle slightly up or down, and that is it. Just 3 shots. I don't have full 8 directional aiming or anything like that. It's not even like cardinal and whatever the directions between cardinal are called.
Intermediate.
They're like 20-degree angles.
hey. I've not seen that at all.
What?
Meta Knight just, oh, hi, here you go.
Yeah, he's usually the one that does it. Okay. And yet again, which room do I go in? The one that comes first, or the one that's past the one that comes first? We're gonna say the first one. Ah, I was probably wrong, but I can go back out. This just does not look like... What am I even supposed to be doing here? Okay, hold on. What did I miss earlier in this room? I've made a mistake. We have ice, freeze. Not sure what I'm supposed to be getting out of this.
Well, you did get the invincible candy, so knee-jerk response would be nothing.
Yeah, maybe this room is absolutely nothing, or maybe there's another way down there. Heck, if I can figure out how you're supposed to break those blocks or even get down there. Normal enemies that take more than one hit. What is this nonsense? Oh, except that guy, apparently. It's just so much more efficient to not bother using copy abilities for these. What were you saying about Trident guy?
Yeah, F him.
Alright, guy. Nothing like traveling a half a screen without knowing what's gonna show up. I have not played this game too many times. I'm sure these are things one learns about. That's why this game was meant to be played for people that don't use copy abilities first, and then the copy abilities layer on some skill aspect or whatnot. Was the idea, at least. It's funny how the concept evolved. Yeah, no secret. Who knows what that room was about then? Guess just to get sword. Yeah, the color of the door when you beat the level determines whether there's a secret left in it or not. They turn white if you've gotten everything. This has to be something. Nope. This has to be something. Nothing has to be anything, apparently. I assume this is nothing. This is just a way to get this. Alright, guy. Mr. TikTok is so nice about staying directly outside of my range. He just sort of backed up as I inched forward. Yeah, here's where there's some sort of secret thing in the air.
Ah, yes.
I think these might be the only dark rooms in the game. Wow, I just killed both of those things I was going for a mix for at once. Well, so long as I'm not going to have any power, might as well get light. I think it's one of these corners here.
Yeah.
I haven't already missed it, have I? Clearly I have.
Huh.
That or I'm wrong, and there are in fact more dark rooms later in the game.
Maybe there's a dark room in level not 6, but
I mean, I could definitely see there being another one, but I thought for sure this was the level that had it.
I kind of thought it too, but I guess
There
not.
we are.
Unless it's
Lucky guess.
it was that early. That early? Wow.
Of course it is. You have to backtrack to find it.
Never mind. It was exactly what I thought.
Just go for the well, thanks, Mr. Do. Let's try that again. Thanks for the easy mix. I was about to say. The guy wasn't having it. Still isn't, apparently. Throw. Alright.
Hooray!
If you land in a little alcove like that, you can't really do anything with throw.
Is it worth? Oh yeah, I know. It's a puzzle.
Yeah, if you do that in the opposite order, you don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
And then everything falls apart and you die. Net. They've already pulled that once. They wouldn't do it again. Well, I'm gonna end up with high jump anyway. 'Cause that's very much what they intend you to use on the upcoming boss. That's weird that there was a secret to unlock this, which is just like a warp back to other worlds. Cause that's what the Switch unlocked, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So satisfying. Whoop. When do you like land these perfectly? Let go of the button at the perfect time to just jump immediately again. It's interesting when most other games, I feel like this guy's more associated with waddle-doos, but originally it was high jump. And he's got the single eye and everything. Like that was easier than it ought to have been. Yeah, good old Krakow. Nice that they allude to Krakow Jr. by having him, like, be the first half of the fight as you're just climbing up.
Yeah.
The top. Remembered I had a power this time. Just like
Doesn't count.
10 seconds of me not playing, suddenly I've forgotten everything about the context. There's definitely not a secret in that one block there. Boy, getting there is going to be a bit obnoxious. If that Shotzo hadn't been pointing at me, it wouldn't have been as bad. Free hammer, don't mind if I do. Okay, you know what, I don't have the patience for free hammer. Stone it is.
Close enough.
Alright.
Oh god.
I tried to come out of that, I don't know what happened. Oh. How far up do I have to go to get that pep brew to respawn?
Kinda far.
Apparently. We get a free heal from the Switch anyway. And a pep brew afterward for some reason. That's not what we were going for. Also, hi Needle. We haven't seen Needle in a long time. And that was it. No. Enjoy Needle while it's good. Needle is, like, by far my least favorite power in, I don't even know it's my least favorite. It just seems like obviously one of the weakest in, Return to Dreamland. They didn't really bring it... I guess they brought it back in Triple Deluxe. They kind of phased it out of a lot of the modern series. Just because, like, spikes in one place is not a particularly interesting move, I guess.
But shooting spikes, ah?
Yeah?
Now we're talking, right? Ah?
Kirby used spike cannon, anyone?
I don't think there's a way to change... I need to try hitting different buttons on the, like, introduction screens for these minigames. I wonder if there's a way to set the difficulty of them. Like, it's not like there's any benefit from making them more difficult. Also, wow, so much for four free 1-ups. I've gotten that exactly once. Though to be fair, one of them was just demonstration of what the smaller ones do. Demonstration and nothing more.
Is that Kirby trying to climb up the slope? Jesus.
Yep. Those 45-degree angle slopes are a bit much for him. Which, I mean, to be fair, they would be for me, too. That's a fairly steep slope to have to climb up in real life. Is it like, you could barely hold on to it. What a power! Why are there coconuts on the ceiling? You can just hold down the 2 button, or A button, you don't have to... Yeah, when exactly do these work? Oh, I don't...
The ball has to be, like, landing on the enemy. Or for you using the force to land.
Yeah, I guess it's just at the apex, it's not active. Oh, it is, now. Yeah, it's not clear to me when it actually hits.
Right before the... Yeah, I couldn't answer.
Look at this door I just spawned by. That totally isn't the same door. Actually, no, I'm thinking of a different place, I think. Somewhere in this level, there's a door that you spawn by that you think is the one you came out of, but isn't actually. Here's the one. It's a different door. One up at this screen too? I don't even know how to get to that one. Unless I haven't been to that screen yet.
No, you haven't been there. You were trying to get there.
Yeah. This guy is very predictable, which is nice. Up. Okay, this is that screen. Oh, Waddle Dee made the jump there. Okay. What's the point of a slide kick up the slope if it doesn't actually do anything?
Well, it makes certain that Kirby doesn't struggle up the slope. There's that.
Just digs the hammer so far in the ground that he can't do anything with it. Just gonna die to whatever the first enemy that spawns is.
Right in front of a healing item. Betcha.
Wow, there was like absolutely nothing in that screen. What was the point?
Progress is progress, man.
Anyway. Is this level? No, I think I'm thinking of a later one. Yeah, there's a later one where you have to use wheels to get a certain secret. Which is slightly obnoxious. I love that you move at the same lateral speed going up. I need to remember that I can't just turn around right in front of an enemy. It's like the last thing on earth wheel is good for. I was saying, I like how he goes at the same lateral speed going up these 45-degree slopes. Oh, once again, I didn't even notice that thing there. Sticking out of the ground. Hello. Decided to stop running across, I guess. Wow. Was not expecting to have that many in-action frames after that.
I would have thought you would have been able to get, you know, back up to the float position, but dang, I guess not.
I was wanting a power to work with here, but I guess I'll just go in the door normally. One of these has to be fake. I don't know, maybe we just got the same setup as in World 3. I know, that one doesn't fall away. They were nicer this time. Yeah, sadly, we don't have rolling rocks yet. But watch for them. They'll come out eventually. I remember this being an NES Remix challenge, and I failed. To not get hit by the spikes, I accidentally closed the parasol, so hold a second, I started moving. Don't think there's any way I'm getting through this.
Better use those iframes.
Yeah, I could have made better use of those. Okay, take two. It automatically opens the parasol. Easy. Mess it up once. Surprised there aren't more, surprised there are not more secrets at this point. I seem to remember there being more of them in this world. I know in the next world, pretty much every level has one.
Yeah.
Hey, I finally got a 1-up.
GG's.
Getting those individual eggs between bomb shots is kind of difficult, so it's like, you know, let's not even bother this time. Nope. Seems like an obvious place for a door, but I guess not.
Just to sucker you in.
When has Fireball ever steered me wrong in the past? I wish I could see what is a 1-up. It's worth it for a 1-up. I mean, I guess at that amount of health, it was worth it for just about anything. Nothing. So Max. Wow, that range didn't look like we even overlapped at all. Go away, ball. Nobody likes you. Such riveting commentary. If there's any...
Sorry, I just don't really have much to say, you know?
I don't know.
I've seen this game before when Slim went through it on his LP. I don't know what else to...
I was trying to listen to the music because I remember this being stuck in my head one day.
Indeed. I'm sure it was. That's not what we wanted at all.
I think honestly,
How about there was a 1-up up here earlier. It just despawned.
How did that even happen?
And now it's back. What on earth? Oh, I could have gone for a hammer. It's gonna be gone again when I get back up there. What on earth? Schrodinger's 1-up. Dang it, quit quit making me fall below the screen boundary. I just want the 1-up, dang it. Oh. Okay, I thought so. It's not particularly well hidden, but it's like both doors are visible.
That 1-up was spooky.
Alright. I like how I stopped it early and still got hammer. Because I think they give you hammer normally. Yeah, turns out... Well, apparently this is the safest place to fall. Yeah, individually swinging the hammer is not the best way to deal with those enemies while falling, I guess. This is kind of redundant, but I think this is the one where you get hammer. Yeah.
Ah, well.
Oh wow, he moves faster.
Tend to notice that the arena ones move the fastest, except for the level 7 enemies, if you know those ones.
Okay, we're going to back up a little bit. Wow, he just ran right into me. So much for predictable. Normally he stops right before. You know, we don't need your hammer. I mean, we probably do, but not at the moment.
We'll see what happens.
I know I need you for, like, Orange Ocean 1, but that's...
yeah, I know which...
still to come.
It's kind of an annoying one to maneuver, if I recall. So I can't wait to be proven wrong and saying, oh wait, I was just bad.
Look how it just auto-triggers that switch.
Yeah. Like how trying to get that, how to make use of 2 copy abilities to quickly get in there.
Nice stop there. Oh, well, don't need that maximum tomato anyway. There's one off the bottom of the screen there that I only noticed after I grabbed that. Or went in the door, rather. Gosh, I love this background with the weather vane and such. There's just so much going on for an NES game.
Huh.
Like the dithering on the roof. Why did I take this into a boss fight?
Hey, just challenge yourself, that's all. Against the first appearance of the Fire Lion? Jeez.
Yeah. He has a name, like Burning Leo, I think? Or did they just name...
Yeah.
That's where they got the name from of the copy ability. They just like mistranslation or something.
I think it's just really the fire line. I might have to look that one up to make certain.
Yeah, Burning Leo is the guy from Superstar.
Yeah.
It would make sense because, you know, lion, but why is this solid? Also, why did that just cancel my burning? I guess just slopes in general do that. I think we established that in an earlier level and I forgot.
Yeah.
This definitely looks like a place where laser would be useful. All the angled slopes.
Clearly not when the two enemies are right next to each other. Ugh.
Okay, so now the trick is to try to take out Bonkers with a laser to get my health back.
Or lose a life trying.
Yeah, either way I get my health back. Just this way I get the hammer ability as well. There we go. Well, I do want that, believe it or not. Well, guess I don't get the hammer ability either. Just as well I need wheel for this level anyway. This is the level I was thinking of.
Oh.
It'd be funny if you could do it with UFO as well. Just get the mix. Welp. I tried to stop. Didn't quite work out.
We'll take two.
This would be super nice to be able to, like...
Jump?
Jump!
Yeah.
Yeah! Just, like, the perfect distance to jump from one to the other. I am just hitting every possible corner. I'm not getting the momentum I'm expecting off any of these slopes. This is an interesting shape. Looks like it's suggestive of a waterfall, but there's like not one.
Just a fall, that's all.
Did I miss something there? I don't think so. You need wheel later in this level. Fine, we'll be that way. I'll just float. Wait, am I wrong? Do you need a hammer for this? You do need a hammer for this. This is the level. Dang it! I thought it was thought it was the next one. So carrying hammer through all that's gonna be super fun.
That's the real challenge.
It has to be hammer, because it's underwater. You can't use stone there. Not that it'd be too much more easy to carry it all that way. Actually, it would, because there are literally stones in the room. There are stones in the room before. I wish I could actually get multiple hits on him. Oh, I did. I got 3 hits on him there. Here's where I'd save a state, if I were that sort. I don't know. We'll try it legit. We'll just inch through, spawn each enemy individually, if we need to.
Take it slow.
Gonna be skipping a slope there. Alright, so far so good. It's not like we it's not like we have a room like this to get through.
You do have a rocky.
That's pretty easy to fly through, or just run through. Okay, we're most of the way there.
Yeah, home stretch.
Now we just got a few very fast Waddle Dees to get done with.
Oh.
And a pit of water, which is the worst. But there's like nothing to get hit by there, so that's good.
Success. First try.
Second try, if we count misidentifying the level ahead of time. Would have been funny if that just one up didn't spawn again. Oh, I guess I have to go back out. Kinda odd. That again unlocked the star thing, didn't it? Oh no, it unlocked this. Actually, no, I think this was here, and I forgot to use it.
Hmm?
The frick was that? Did I use a different weapon there? Oh wow. The heck did he beat me? How did I get less than 16? Or more than 16, rather. Anyway. Yeah, here we have Heavy Mole, where the entire environment is destructible by both of us. It's kind of a cool idea. This is how he's meant to be fought. He has a lot of HP, and the enemies he shoots at you give you hammer.
Except for one of them being sleep. Or is
Really?
that only in Nightmare Dreamland?
Not to my recollection, but I can just let him
Because there's
shoot
the
stuff
pink,
for a while.
the brown one is supposed to give the hammer, the pink one gives sleep.
Oh, that one there? Maybe. That'd be kind of instant-death in this situation, probably. If he moves
Yeah, if
around
you
that
wanna try it
ironically.
out.
Also, why did that just kill him in one shot? That did like 5 bars of damage.
Because hammer is OP.
Maybe the grounded hits do more damage. I love this tune. This tune is so good.
Ah, yeah. Orange Ocean.
Boop, yada do 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 do. Do do do. I know for a fact this is totally pointless, so we're not gonna do that.
Oh.
Sorry, Rolling
Yeah.
Turtle. That's a good way to lose a hammer and not much else. Oh, hey, it's
My
the... Say what?
it's my least favorite fight in the game.
I was gonna just make a joke and say, hey, look, it's that little thing from Super Mario Land 2 in the water levels. Yeah, this level is where you're kind of meant to find out about the mix trick, I think, because here you get a room of 2 sparks. No? Somewhere you get a room of 2 sparks that give you a hammer. Or maybe you're supposed to just use the enemies outside. Dang it! Hammer has way less range than it looks like it should.
Yeah.
No, we're gonna try our hands at a mix here. We failed miserably. Not as miserably as that. That was my opportunity and I just squandered it. Let's try that again. Wheel. This doesn't quite seem like the place for wheel.
Yeah.
I think we're safer with Fireball. Yeah, I must be thinking of a different level that just has the two sparks side by side. This is redder than I remember it being. I must just have a different color palette setting than whatever I played this on last.
Just red-orange, that's all.
What's in this museum here? Oh, wheel. Well, guess I'm not getting that. Maybe I actually wanted that stone in retrospect. Too late now! Well, never mind. It's never too late. Well, unless it spawns me from there. In which case it is.
Oh yeah.
I get shot, so fire your cannon right into my parasol. I want to see it do absolutely nothing. I think the Shatso is broken. It points at me and does nothing else. Here's the room.
Sure that.
You gotta try to convince one to hop over that little post. There we go.
Nice.
I don't recall what power you get from that arena. My guess is burning, just not fireball, because we just haven't seen it yet. But I don't recall there being one for rolling turtle.
I would confirm, based on my own memory of Nightmare in Dreamland. And if it's rolling turtle, then I'm going to be disappointed.
I feel like he only appears in like 3 or 4 levels. And for good reason. Throw is just too OP. No. Nice last second invincibility frames. Hello, UFO. Goodbye. Other trajectories you can get off that thing.
Stuff of the little room guy.
Hey Dauntless, how's it going? You're still a little low if you want to turn your mic up, Annie. Yeah, this level is probably infamous for anyone that did 100%. At least on the original. Maybe it's not as bad on Nightmare in Dreamland. We will see in due time why that is.
It will truly be a nightmare.
Oh, I remember this. Okay. Eh.
The sheer amount of free hits on that guy. Yeah, first of all, you have to break this crate. It's not obvious you can do that. As we established in that earlier level, you couldn't do anything with them with a normal ability. Less obvious still, you can go in a hole behind that bomb block. There's like nothing visibly indicating you can do that. How on earth am I supposed to get that one up? I guess I'm just supposed to fall full force. And then you're supposed to figure out you can go here, but at that point, it's less surprising. I think I needed that laser. Sheesh, man. Oh, that is not the door I thought it was going to come out. Yeah. Series of ridiculous things you have to do to get to this one. I mean, you do get a free 4 extra lives from it. There's no way, shape, or form am I going to mess up. I spent a good long while on this one, on my first playthrough. Like every Kirby game has to have its one though. Kirby 64, it was that one where you have to break a volcano in Neo Star, and anyone who's played that game knows what I'm talking about. I'm sure I'll play it eventually, so I won't spoil it.
Spoil.
I guess that's normally how one deals with those. I feel like I'm supposed to have Parasol here.
Nah.
When all you have is a laser, everything looks like something to be lased. Or however the phrase goes.
Lasered. Also, that's the first one you cleared without having to climb up.
Oh yeah, that may be the first one I got. I don't even know if that was frame perfect still, because I think you can go higher than that.
Crane game. Reminds me of Link's Awakening.
Oh yeah. I know very little about Link's Awakening, but I know there's a crane-ish game very early in the game. I watched like an hour of one of Vinny's streams of the game and then just kind of dropped it at some point. I'll pick it up, I'm sure. Wow. Apparently, 4 Lives is not as free as I made it out to be.
No longer free for you.
But no, I will definitely be picking up the Awakening remake, because that's a game I've wanted to play for a while. Probably won't be streaming it, just because, like, I'm not too used to the Zelda... Which is to say, I've never beaten a Zelda game before.
Only Zelda game I've beaten is Ocarina, original 64.
Ooh, you're one of the OG dudes.
Yeah, I've also played Majora's Mask.
Yes, look. I've played a lot. I don't want to name them all.
Oh,
I have
nice.
also played the GBA version of Link to the Past.
Wow, I was really supposed to take the top path, I think. Yeah? Can I do anything with cutter?
You can cut.
Nope, I don't have the cutter drop move. I forgot for a moment what form the I forgot what form the obstacle was in. I suppose if it had been anything higher than that, I would have been able to hit it without anything. Oh, now I get a sword, of course.
Just so they give you the Sir Kibble before you get you the Blade Knight.
Well, I can't get the 3 up anyway. I can't reach that. Guess I can't get that one either. Just a lot of 1-ups out of reach. Unless I wrap back around to that later.
Shouldn't you just be able to swing the sword and it just has enough range to get under you?
No, not that far. I was barely able to hit the one that was 1 block below me. I think this might be able to get me to that, other one up, yeah. Yeah, that barely goes below you. I guess I don't know offhand what would hit that. Maybe there's something like beam. Which, we haven't seen beam in a long time. Like, I don't feel like I've been avoiding it. This definitely looks like a thing. Yep. Good, I needed the health. Whoops. I love it when they spawn you right on top of the door.
Ooh, he just drank a power raid.
Oh, alright. What is the point of this? Just to get hit, I suppose. Yeah,
Hey, I don't like free hits.
Speaking of beam. Okay, let's backtrack now. Can't drop through those platforms, so it's not even an option. You know, given how many, like, coconut trees and whatnot there have been here, I think Parasol's the better bet. Uh-huh. I chose correctly. Well.
Ah, this is a familiar room.
Flavio would approve. Oh, wow. The high one yet again.
Now don't lose it.
Not a chance. Whoever died to ice physics. Oh, wow, 2-star difficulty. We finally get to see the harder variants, I guess. I just instantly lose. Ah, not quite enough. Okay, so I'm curious as to whether you have to actually survive to the end to get the 1-up. Because that was as many eggs, or like maybe 1 or... I guess it was 2 shorter. I think I got 26 last time. Dark, use your scroll game. Nah.
Oh,
No, I didn't get 26 last time, I remember.
Yeah, I think I got 23 the first time and 26 the last. And like even less. Even less the second time. Love this blue palette. Everything's blue except the status bar.
Oh dear.
Those collisions! I think we're both trapped in our animations. No. Imagine if this were Melee. All the clanking sounds.
oh no.
Alright, don't let me get my needle move out in time. That really has some startup to it, I guess. Maybe we should just make it up for now. Don't, for the moment, remember what I'm supposed to do. I save. Totally didn't even notice that door there.
We're fast approaching the 2-hour mark on this stream.
Yes.
Aw, that's a cute stream. That's a cute swimming animation.
Wait, we're just gonna take all the hits. I remember this room being tough, and I don't remember for what reason. Somewhere in here is a fire enemy. Maybe in that pit.
Hello?
Nope. There is a 1-up. Gosh, are you gonna give me fire already? Because oh, do I really have to carry it in here from another room? Beam can't set that off, I'm pretty sure.
But laser can.
Yeah. Laser wasn't in this room either.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Oh, fire is in this room at the very beginning. Well, just gotta wait around.
Trying to listen to the soundtrack too, because I'm pretty confident that its remake sound was stuck in my head at least once.
That respawns.
Kirby Dragon.
Dang it! Dodge the first guy. Alright, well it'll respawn me right by the fire guy, so not much progress was lost.
Wonder what was the point of having the door still be there? Like, why would one want to go back?
Respawn the fire guy faster? I don't know.
Please. I'm offbeat.
Dang it! Just barely lost. Took it too slow trying to get over that guy. Oh, the speed. And yes, apparently he didn't want to spawn, so the door was useful.
Ah!
Okay, fine, jump. Please do that next time, too. In fact, do that every time. Gosh, it's so hard to do that, because sometimes my B button press just doesn't want to go off at that height in a jump. Wow, and sometimes I just get intercepted. Okay, I made it that time at least.
Iframes.
Well, you can just breathe on those switches. Ah! Just gave that guy a bridge. Just gave that guy the perfect amount of time to hit me. Oh, 2-star. Great, now we get to see how impossible this is.
Oh, yeah.
That was incredibly slow, because for some reason I just pressed it for no reason. I need to have my finger in a more trigger-happy position. I also need to be faster. Yeah. I've gotten 13 sometimes, but not consistently. So, what's DDD then? A freaking like 10? 9?
We'll make that. Guess.
And look at this. Good stuff. If memory serves, I need a fire ability here. Oh, I never did the arena fight, did I?
Not yet.
Well, yeah. Pretty sure you need a fire ability to get in there. I'm not gonna chance it with Spark. Get the UFO mix! Probably gives you, like, sleep or something. Ah! Disappeared. Well, maybe the second guy will respawn.
Hey, at least there's the door there for you to respawn the UFOs.
Yeah, 'cause that works. That's nothing. Can't even go there.
Huh.
Oh, I have to choose a door. I chose incorrectly. Yeah, I really don't remember how this works. I don't think there's any particular path you have to take. that's weird. It's just a background thing.
Really?
I thought there was
Yeah.
something there.
Same.
Nope, they're just everywhere. I mean, if there's a secret, it's probably that fire thing I couldn't get through. Just have to bring something in from outside.
That'll be your time to show up the arena battle, of course. Oh, is this the final Meta Knights Forces one? Yeah, this is level 6.
It is time
Spoil-
for you to die.
Yeah, they really do spawn a ton of them this time, too. Help! The freeze frame there. These short platforms are just laid out in such a way that it's just kind of awkward to get around them.
Too bad Lance Knight is like used once and only once.
I don't know which one that is offhand.
It was the one that only took 1 hit from that weapon, as opposed to like 2 hits. Also, it could be Javel Knight. I can't remember exactly. But I don't think it'll be Javel, because it sounds more sportish instead of
Whoop.
knightish.
Yeah, that guy's really got some distance.
Javel. I immediately thought of Javel.
Cha.
The trick is not to lose this in that first screen. I very nearly did just there.
Slopes, man.
No, it's just there. Nothing special. Oh, that's done.
Alright. Meta Knight, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Spoiler.
Get it! If you insist. Which you do. Wow. Just jumps straight on top of you. This guy gave me a heck of a lot of trouble my first time through, and then a heck more of a lot of trouble my first time through extra mode.
He's a toughie.
The guy just moves with me. Wait, it doesn't help that the sword has like no hitbox except in front of you. You have to be very precise with your timing to hit any other direction.
Yeah, all you gotta do is just get into the corner and stab his knees.
Knees.
Yeah, that was a Zelda 2 reference, if any of you caught.
The trick is to just iframe you right through the whole thing.
It works.
This is before he just starts blocking all your attacks. Specifically, that's a Galactonite thing to do. Ah, the flickering. That is probably going to look awful on the stream, because I'm probably streaming at 30 FPS.
Also, another remake soundtrack that was stuck in my head. One day.
Yes, it's the same tune as it was in 2 levels ago.
Yes. I knew it sounded a little too familiar, a little too early. Why did they do that?
It's a good tune, man. It's worth playing 8 levels in a row.
I agree, actually.
Actually, no. 7 levels in a row. So I need Spark first, I think. We'll need to do some backtracking here. Boy, this is a lot more bearable at this speed. Yeah, maybe I want Beam for this, actually.
Nice.
Yeah, this makes this easier to do. I say as I... That's a pleasant sound. It's squealing when it tries to hit those unbreakable blocks. Apparently those are the only 2 ice blocks actually made of ice in the entire room. I feel like I got Kaizo trapped there into thinking I was the wrong thing. There's too many entities on screen for me to tell which one I was at a glance.
Sure, wanting you to try out Needle again, at least. So good on them.
I mean, it is a cactus, to be fair. A cactus, a desert, that has cactus in it. Cacti, whatever. Oh, 2-star crane fever. Guaranteed 4 lives! Let's just go for the 2. Oh wow, it moves faster, that's how it's... And it slides! Wow, I just overshot like crazy. It's just like... no. Zoof. Nope. Oh well, I tried. Look
You
how
have over... like, what, 20-something now?
Yeah.
Almost 30.
Do, do, do.
27, I think.
I think that's the first time we've heard that tune, actually. Because technically I've won everything, even the ones that I lost. Alright, let's do this. Hard mode.
Oh, yes, this fun one.
Yeah. I think this is
Come
the
on.
same speed as the arena. Yeah, you really have to, like, let him go a little further than where you currently are.
Throwing coconuts at you.
The
That's
bonker
amazing.
specialty.
I was thinking of the gorilla from Banjo-Kazooie.
Oh gosh, I've made a mistake!
Oh,
Yeah!
Keep
This is the worst of them.
Keep doing that, please, because you crossed the entire screen. That makes it kind of easy for me to tell where you're gonna end up. This is probably a mistake. I probably want hammer. Damage this rolling turtle. That'll never happen again. Oh gosh. I've made yet
Yeah.
another mistake.
Also a fun one.
The throwing ones, man. It's always the throwing ones. That are the fighting ones. Boxer.
Ugh.
Kirby as guide to Pincer. Or Scyther. Or, which one?
Heracross, obviously.
Heracross, that's right. I forgot about that.
I think it was just actually impossible to get, like, 2 stars off of that. I mean, not actually, but close enough to actually. Spawned so far apart. I think one more hit'll do it, but I'm keeping my distance.
Yeah, you're not looking too hot.
It's a shame you get nothing of consequence for doing all these harder fights. Yeah, I don't think backdrop's gonna be of much use.
I know, yeah.
Destroyed.
Just a pink meat.
I don't know if we've seen that attack yet. Just the claw swipe. Or that one, for that matter.
Ah, yes. It's actual burning.
Or that one, for that matter. All that skidding around. Very cat-like.
He is a big cat. At least he got a net gain of 3. At least that's consequential, right? Right?
Hey man, DDD's just gonna destroy me at the end. Gonna take like
obviously.
10 billion hits. Gosh, I love the background in this. This especially. This is one of the best looking backgrounds in the game.
Better than Super Mario Land.
It's like something you'd see on a bus seat or something from like one of those just like kind of tacky vital patterns or whatever. Or sort of like the Super Mario Kart title screen, just with stars instead of mushrooms. And push bees. I didn't even see what that unlocked. Well, I can't leave now. What did I unlock from that? Suppose I should at least...
What do you mean?
I got a secret from that. What did it do?
A secret from what?
A level.
No, you didn't.
Oh yeah, I didn't. Never mind.
You got 5 extra lives.
Just assumed they all had secrets at this point. Sadly, those aren't quite close enough to get... Well, these are. If I could get them to cooperate, I could probably get a mix off of them.
Kirby and the Sleepy Boys.
Watch, it's still gonna be sleep. Ah! Even better. Oh, I mean, I got 4 solid hits on. Oh gosh. That star doesn't know how to play with these physics. Ball probably doesn't either, to be fair. Wow, it's just killing all of my momentum every time I land on a new platform. Yeah, skip that nonsense. Wow, quarters! Kirby, ice physics and quarters. Figure your physics out.
Uh-oh. It's a broom guy. Better watch out for him.
Listen, man. Appearances are not what they might seem. Also, hey, Meta Knight.
I do believe that if you touch the broom guy, he just dies.
Like other enemies? Yeah.
I love that I just skated across those massive gaps while in, like, running at that speed. I thought there were a lot more secrets in this world than there were. World 6 is the one with the most, I guess.
Nah, level 7 just has that one in the beginning and...
At least one at the end.
Yes.
This is a very interesting color palette. It's like all the enemies are just kind of washed out. This is like what you'd find in the 11th and 12th alternate palette on the Game Boy. Or the Game Boy Color, playing a Game Boy game specifically. All the yellows and teals and weird, like, hue value saturation stuff.
Yes.
Careful
Does
balling around.
Yeah, that wasn't going anywhere fast. Just gonna hope for the perfect mix. I mean, they are right next to each other. Shouldn't be that hard. Okay, that's a little bit more palatable than ball. This kind of playroom aesthetic is interesting. It's not a thing they do much in the Kirby games. Like, there's something kind of like this in Dreamland 3. I guess you could count, like, the mall level in 64, maybe? It's like these little rooms with enemies inside.
Those enemies are going ape shiz. Wow.
I'm only most reminded of Candy Constellation when I see this.
And I had a good streak of 1s in there, and now I'm just back to 2s and 3s.
You lost it, and I thought you were not going to lose it. I like how that bomber just stops you dead in your tracks.
Well, that is what we call bad prediction. Also, I totally could have just cheesed this entire fight by bringing a crash in here.
You could have.
Oh, look out, Sonic. Get him. Actually, it's more like a donut.
I forgot there was heavy current downward in these areas. Let's try Fireball here. This won't end badly at all. It's important not to take, like, knockback into one of these downward currents. Bad things happen. I'll show it off just cause. Zoof. Well, that wasn't as dramatic as I was expecting it to be. I was expecting to just dive bomb into that. Falling into the upward ones is totally fine. Yep, okay. Let's leave it at that.
Yeah.
This room. You're supposed to figure out how the heck you're supposed to beat this. If memory serves, there's all these suggestions here, and none of these are actually the way you're meant to do this. If memory serves, you can set that with Crash. And that's like the only way you could conceivably get through this in time. But there aren't any switches or anything, so it's not required.
You could get the pep brew though.
Oh. Yeah, but I was probably gonna take a hit on the way over to it. Let's be real.
Fine.
Now look at this here. full grayscale all the way. Except Kirby himself.
Oh wow.
Even the status bar.
The palette just sucked all the life out of this one.
One-hit wonder there. Maybe we'll do this with full health. Kirby playing the nostalgia card, a whopping 1 year into its storied history. No copy abilities, revisiting all the major locales. I think, at least as best as Adventure can render them. Its style.
It's nice, nothing like a little bit of a nostalgia that early, right? Question mark?
Nah, you gotta hit the nostalgia card as soon as the cards in Super Paper Mario. Very, very late game.
Yes, because that's how inhaling in a direction works.
We don't question that. We take those.
All these free maximum tomatoes. We take those as well. I do love that I called that that game like totally free, the crane game, and then proceeded to never get 4 lives from it again.
We'll just call that game fatigue right there, or streamer fatigue.
Hey man, it's like frame perfect to get all those apparently. I want to know what the 3-star version of those mini games is like if the 2-star already has that sliding effect to it.
Yeah.
How close do you think we are to the end here?
It's literally just 2 bosses left and we're done.
We're doing this all in one. This is SGDQ 2019.
Just taking our time here.
And now we have what we saw all the way back in like level 1 or 2.
And now we get to watch the 1-up and the maximum tomato fall from the top of the screen again.
Yes.
Gravity didn't work for a minute there.
that one I blame on my my headset volume control. It was about to fall off the desk. Yep, and now we get to show off all these colors once again.
Hooray!
Didn't show either of those. Whoops, didn't mean to actually go to World 5. Oh, I don't know. Bringing Hammer to the DDD fight only seems like a fair match.
Hammer versus Hammer.
I mean, Cutter is decidedly not, but whatever.
Who has the bigger hammer?
DDD.
Like how we didn't even get hit there somehow. Ugh. Well, we're off to a killer start. Okay, maybe we'll do this legit. I mean, it's only fair. We just played through a throwback level. Might as well do it powerless. Well, some attacks you just don't have the time to react to. It's kind of surprising that they didn't bring back DDD's theme for this.
I'm kind of surprised that Cutter didn't even take out half of his HP.
I was not aiming very well with it, and I kind of lost it early in the fight.
Yeah, but you just spit out a star and it barely made any dent to his bar.
I think like the top of the bar is overfilled slightly. Like the first shot or two doesn't do much damage. It's like the opposite of the bosses in Smash Ultimate. Where they freaking take 4 times as much damage once they go under half health. And by that I mean 4 times as many hits.
Would probably explain why I had so much issue with Dark on the New Game Plus hard mode.
Did you do that spiritless?
No, I used spirits. Darkon was just super freaking annoying.
Yeah, spiritless just seems a bridge too far for me, but I was kind of handicapping myself for a lot of the game without knowing it, using the might sticker. It's like lightweight, because I jump higher and I move faster. That's purely a good thing. Ignoring the fact that it makes me like twice as easy to kill. So I appreciate that you just sort of walk out of the normal chapter start screen.
Huh. He acts a little bit like Wario from Super Mario Land 2.
I don't think Wario's motives were as pure. Here we have the beginning, well, not really the beginning, because Kabula was the beginning, but the storied tradition of Kirby gets a shmup boss at the end. I am doing horrendously bad. Taking way too many hits.
This could be a precursor to Robot Battle.
Pretty sure, like, Galaga or such, or Defender would be the the precursor to that before this. Dang it! The ones that home are always harder to avoid. I should just stay in place and then juke at the last second. Interesting thing about this fight is if you wait too long, like if it takes you too long to kill them, then
yeah.
you'll eventually just ram into the planet below you.
Yeah. I had that happen. God.
Once again, we have some cool parallax scrolling. They were really eking every bit of power they could out of the NES. Dang it. I could have just stayed in place. They went around me. EASs of bosses like this are always so satisfying to watch. Just every single hit lands. Yeah, that's very hard to dodge. I was expecting 5 shots there. I don't know what I was expecting.
Phew. That was close.
And, well, he's gonna have to take another try for this next one.
Hey, whatever, man. This is trivially easy. I don't know what you're talking about.
Huh.
Boom, boom, ba-da-da-da-doo, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-doo.
I like that riff.
Oh no!
No such time limit on this one. I think you can do damage just by slamming your Star Rod into, like, the tornado bit. Oh, wrong direction. I think it does less damage than shooting, though, so there's no point in trying, unless I just happen to have it happen.
Challenge run, of course.
Oh dear. He teleports almost as much as Ganon from the Legend of Zelda cartoon.
Oh, come on. Should have easily gotten a hit in there. hitboxes.
Stupid, of course.
What's aim?
Ah. I was standing in the one place he could actually hit me. One of two.
Yeah. So called it.
Dang it. Hitting him in that is possible, but difficult.
Ever so slight jump. Hey, Snow Golem Kirby. This is the final boss. So not much longer.
Yeah, basically. Like, give or take 5-10 minutes.
Whoa! 5-10 minutes?
This isn't the Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze boss.
Oh no.
So, all those whiffed hits there. There we are. You can hit him in the front of that one, but you have to be kind of precise with the timing
Oh yeah.
before he blocks it with the star shots.
It's usually my one that I struggle the most
Dang it.
on in Dreamland.
That was such an easy one to hit him in, and I just wasn't ready for it.
So yeah.
I keep accidentally floating. I could have definitely hit him there. Yeah, this is not too hard a fight at all, this phase of it. Most of his attacks you can dodge pretty easily just by being on the ground.
GG's, man.
Sorry.
You 100%ed it. Woo!
Oh no, I missed Soft Stomp, actually.
Ugh. Yes. We fought to find the Star Rod, but King Dedede did not mean any harm. Bad dreams had invaded Dreamland. A nightmare came to the Dream Spring and tried to cause pain to the people. A nightmare. The nightmare. By hiding the Star Rod from him. Dedede helped Kirby beat the nightmare. Now, everyone's dreams will return. Tonight, Dreamland will sleep well. Just tonight.
Yeah,
who knows about the next night?
and then the plot of Dreamland 2 happens tomorrow. Or whatever comes next canonically.
Yeah.
Another nightmare.
I'm not gonna get into timelines.
Either way, that's gonna do it for this.
Yes. Run over, reset, I blinked.
Well, seeing as this is now finishing up, I'm gonna get out of here. Catch you on the flip.
Oh, and here, and here's where the game's like, oh hey, you're running at 2x speed. I can fit in double the credits music. Yeah, this is an artifact of the speed up thing I was doing, and it only happens here on the end credits and on the opening like demo. So rather than listen to this, let's listen to some of the stylings of XOC and his amazing Kirby's Adventure tunes. If I can get this to open.
Now I want to compare the ending of Nightmare in Dreamland to this ending, or the ending text, because the articles, man, I can't get enough of a nightmare and then the nightmare.
I don't know, man. They probably ruined it like they did with Superstar Ultra's translation. Anyway, listen to this on the stream.
One day, the peaceful life of of Dreamland was shattered by a mysterious crisis. The inhabitants didn't dream. On the edge of Dreamland, dreams and hope once gushed forth from the Dream Spring, fueled by the Star Rod. Investigating the Dream Spring, Kirby found Naughty King Dedede swimming in its magical waters. Dedede had broken the Star Rod and given the pieces to his friends, who are now hiding in Dreamland. To bring back the lost dreams, Kirby sought the Star Rod.
Wow. That is amazing.
That was humorous.
That
Yeah,
sound like dark?
It did a bit. So before I get copyright claimed or anything on like ages old fan remixes, check the album out. It's called What's Pink and Sucks by XOC. He has some excellent Kirby's Adventure arrangements, as well as Super Mario World and Super Mario Brothers 3, though I think you have to buy those.
What's pink and sucks?
Good stuff, though. And hey, the music's back to normal speed. I like the bye-bye there. Can I get bye-bye as a power on a mix? I mean, Superstar lets you get ouch.
Please.
And also hyper. Well, yeah, that's it for the main game here. Now I will briefly show up this extra game thing.
Extra? Gas.
Yeah, before the days of what's it called? Meta Nightmare. That's the name. Oh, bonus games. All right, you can play. Oh, let me see if I can show. Oh yes, I can show off level 3. Let's do that first.
Do it.
I can't wait. Znow! Imagine trying to go for the small one.
No.
More free lives! That wasn't bad, honestly. Maybe it'll give it to me. Nope. That 3-star difficulty, man.
Oh well.
Yeah. I can't wait to get knocked out by the 3rd enemy. 12. Yep, that's not happening. The 4th one gives you a 12. 12 frames to hit the button.
Ooh, egg catcher. Let's see.
All the bombs.
Oh my gosh.
Ah!
Whoa.
All the... Yeah, that looks pretty difficult to get 25 in.
Oh my.
Yeah, so there's also like a boss rush type thing, but I've never been able to beat that. The old Kirby boss rushes are no joke, man. This is probably one of the easier ones, honestly, but I'm not gonna try for that on stream. But yeah, I will, however, show just a bit of the extra game, which is basically the same, just with half the health.
Right.
And Pep Brews also only restore 1, because otherwise they're just Maxim tomatoes.
Also right.
Otherwise, exactly the same. And this time I'm gonna try to get UFO in that first secret area. Or I'm just gonna die before I even get there. That works too.
Of course.
Oh yeah, you also only start with 3 lives instead of 5. So if you're like trying to continue in extra mode, it's like honestly not easy. Okay, I don't know why that guy just went off the screen the first time. It's not related to the speed up.
This is what you should have been streaming instead. Extra mode.
Yeah, I mean, I might have if I had already beaten the game in advance.
Ha! In advance. Ah, nightmare and dream.
Might as well show off the game over screen. Oh no. There are definitely versions. Like there's a lot of different takes on this. But anyway, that's been Kirby's Adventure. And yeah, I have more of an idea of games I might want to stream in the future at this point. I have a very long list of explicit games I would like to do at some point. So I will make a poll of some subset of those later. And that'll be the next thing I tackle, probably starting next Wednesday, if I had to guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, this has been JDS64 and crew.
Hi, Dark Mario 1000.
Hi, Nautilus Gamer.
And I'll see you all next time.